Hi, Team Gerwell. You are flipping in fifth with me, Mrs. G. Today's lesson will be Topic 5, Lesson 5, and our learning target today is I can use doubles division to divide by a two-digit divisor. Your vocabulary for the day is double the divisor strategy. That is just a fancy finger word for crazy division. This is when you can divide longer numbers without, yes, I said without using multiplication to make it easier. You know me, anytime I can make math easier, I am going to share that strategy with you. Here we have a rather scary problem. Mrs. G bought a bag of candy for our upcoming Halloween party. The bag contains 115 pieces of candy to be split among 12 bags. How many pieces go in each bag? So do we multiply, divide, add, or subtract to solve this problem? You're right, we divide. So we're going to divide 115 by 12. Now, when you're doing this doubles strategy, you need to take the bottom part of your house here and make it a little bit longer, and you'll see why coming up. Then we have to think, what is 12 plus 12? Well, 12 plus 12 is 24. It's 12 plus 12 or 12 times 2 both equal 24. So now we're going to double 24. 24 and 24 is 48. That would be multiplying it by 4. And now if we doubled 48, which would be multiplying by 8, we would have 96. So why do you have to do this doubles kind of addition slash kind of easy multiplication? Well, you need to figure out what number over here on the left-hand side of your house is going to go into the 115 without going over. So we know that 12 does not go into 1. We know that 12 doesn't even go into 11. So we know we're only going to have one number in our answer. So we need to figure out what number is closest to 115 that's over on the left-hand side without going over. And that answer would obviously be the 96. So we're going to subtract 96 from 115, and we're going to know that when we put the 96 over here, we were actually multiplying by 8. So we're going to need this 8 over here. 115 minus 96 is 19. But we can still put 12 into the 19, right? So we know that 12 times 1 was 12. So we're going to subtract 12, put our 1 over here, and 19 minus 12, well, that's 7. Is 7 smaller than 12? Yes, so we know that we're done. But this 7 is our remainder, so we're going to add that up at the top. We still need to figure out what is our whole number here. So we find that out by adding 8 plus 1, because in order to get the 96, we had multiplied 12 times 8, and in order to get the 12, we had multiplied 12 times 1. So 1 plus 8 is 9. So your answer is 9, remainder 7. So we will put 9 pieces of candy in each of our Halloween bags. And then there are 7 left over for Mrs. G to take home to Mr. G to make him happy. So now we need to check our division problem, and now we do have to use multiplication. So in this case, we're going to multiply 12 times 9, and 12 times 9 is 108, but we have to add our remainder over here. So 108 plus 7 is 115. 115 and 115, they check out. So we know that we did our problem correctly. So now here's your turn to try. We have 243 divided by 31. I'll go through and help you with the doubles first, so you can go through and see if you can find the answer. So the double for 31 would be 62. If we doubled 62, that would be multiplying 31 by 4, and that's 124. And if we were to double 124, we know that we're multiplying 31 times 8, and that would be 248. So I want you to pause the video now and use the strategies that I taught you before to go ahead and solve this problem. Okay, coming back in 3, 2, 1. Okay, so we need to figure out what number over here from our doubles will go into the 243 without going over. Well, we know 248 is too big. And we also know that 31 does not go into 2 and it does not go into 24. So our answer is only going to have one number. So we need to figure out which of these numbers we should use. So obviously we can't use the 248, so we're going to use the 124. So we're going to subtract 124. But before we do that, we're going to write the 4 over to the side because we know that 124 is 31 times 4. So 243 minus 124 is 119. So we need to keep going. What number over here can we subtract from the 119 that does not go over 119? Well, 248 won't work because that's too big. 124 is too big, so that leaves us with 62. So we're going to subtract 62, but before we subtract, we need to remember to bring our 2 over here because we're going to need to add that up so we can help get the answer. 119 minus 62 is 57. Can we still go? Is 57 still higher than 31? It sure is. But if we look over here, the only other number that we can subtract that's less than 57 is 31. So we'll subtract 31. 31 was 31 times 1, so we need to put the 1 over here. So we can add all of these up to get our answer. 57 minus 31 is 26. So is 26 smaller than 31? Yes, it is. So 26 is our remainder. Now we need to add the 4, the 2, and the 1 so we can find out what the whole number is in our answer. 4 plus 2 is 6. 6 plus 1 is 7. So our answer is 7, remainder 26. Now, in order to check it, we need to multiply 31 times 7, which is 217, add in our remainder, which was 26, and our number is 243. And our numbers match, so we know we did it correctly. So now here are 3 problems that I would like you to go ahead and try on your own using the doubles strategy. You might need to go back and rewind the video and watch it again. Just like when we did digital root, sometimes this kind of thing doesn't make sense until you practice it a lot. And then you're going to want to do it this way every single time because it makes it so much easier. But I want you to practice using the doubles digit strategy and then go ahead and check your answers. If you are unable to get the right answers, that is okay. We will go over it a little bit tomorrow. But I would prefer that you try to do it this way and show me your work instead of trying to use the standard algorithm or a calculator, because I need to see where you're messing up so you know whether or not this strategy is right. So go ahead and copy down our numbers here, and we are going to come back in a minute with your answers. Okay, coming back in 3, 2, 1. 245 divided by 32 is 7 with a remainder of 21. 332 divided by 64 is 5 with a remainder of 12. And 489 divided by 51 is 9 with the remainder of 30. So before you go, make sure you checked your work and you wrote how many you got correct. Be honest, it's not for a grade. Please honestly fill out your self-reflection. Do you feel like you could teach this doubles strategy to a friend, or are you still confused? And fill in the space with any questions you might still have. I hope you have a great night, and I look forward to working with you tomorrow. Bye-bye.